publicly streamed.
So shalom to Rabbi Ari Hakadosh. Shalom to Beit Shemat Torah. Shalom to Chief Rabbi Shai Moshe. Shalom to Chief Rabbi El Natan El Hanan. Shalom to Rabbinate Funeka. Shalom to Hima Hadassah. Shalom.
Shalom, Chief Rabbi.
Shalom to Rabbi Ikwechuku Omenka. Shalom to Rabbi. Shalom to Rabbi Percy Young. Welcome.
Shalom.
My happiness to have you the first time with us in the studio. Shalom to Rabbinate Yael Samuels. I hope you're doing well. And all the family in Israel also, Bezrat Hashem. Shalom also to Chief Rabbi Zohar. And shalom to everyone who are following us on YouTube. Let me just check that everything is okay on YouTube. And we start. So always, the days of the Hiloulot of Ari Hakadosh is very special. For us, it's so meaningful. Everything started with the Kidei and the power of that changed our life. He basically gave answer to the person we were, to help us to understand what is the meaning of being someone with a soul. What is Samsham Rabbi Yochanan? What is the purpose when you study books like Shara Gigulim, to understand who you are, to understand what are the different forces inside of you, and how you have to feel totally free about having spiritual ambition, and understand that your life doesn't start with what you're doing in your life, but your life starts with the migration of your soul and many things else. So in this Hiloula, we are obliged to do very high level limud, not to show that we are high, no, just to create a high level of questions that will oblige him to come and see you and visit you in your dream, maybe in your thought, and I hope even in the reality. You're sitting here, seeing one shadow passing, standing in front of you. Wow, Master Ari Hakadosh, Bezrat Hashem, push this for you tonight, tomorrow, and after tomorrow, Bezrat Hashem. Don't forget to light your candle. And I hope we will have time to study also the intention to have when you light a candle in the memory of a family member who knew that he was a high, pious tzaddik, of a tzaddik, and that intention bringing his soul to enter and to stay with you when you will be gazing at the flame. So this year, we have a lot of topic, but Baruch Hashem, thanks to the rabbinical program, we start now for 4 months. We are satisfied to go through a lot of topics. So there is no emergency to say, hey, yes, I have to talk about that. We have to know about this and that about the Ari Hakadosh. So we don't have that emergency, neither me and I think never nor the other chief rabbis. So my purpose is maybe to touch something very particular. Since the last Rosh Hashanah, like you maybe paid attention, the purpose of all the limudim we do in public is to prove to ourselves first. We don't do things according to the other. We do things for ourselves, for our identity, for our culture. To prove to ourselves that our heritage as Bantus is nothing more, nothing less than Israelite, Hebrew. That's why you see every single week the titles are these things according to the Bantu Israelite, this point according to the Bantu Israelite. And tonight, for the merit of the Hiloula, I want to see with you the secret of the rectification of time according to the Bantu Israelite. So for sure, we're going to use many gates. But what does it mean, time? What does it mean to rectify the time? We're going to, like every single week, use the Ben Ish Chai. But before that, I want you to be used now to work a bit with me when it comes about seeing some habits regarding the Bantu Israelite. So my first question, my introduction will be, what is understood in the Bantu culture when you talk about to rectify the time? And for that, just for the transparency, we're going to see what your friend, ChatGPT, has to say. Do you see my screen?
Yes, Rabbi.
So let's start with the introduction. The time in the Bantu cosmology. So for the one of ChatGPT, the full option, you just type it, you will have. And by the way, if you want to master ChatGPT, because you are Torah scholars, always ask for the references and check them. So you have them, one of them. If you need, I check them, and the information said is right according to what I knew as a tribal chief, and also according to what was written in the books. So let's go back. So like this, in the Bantu cosmology, time is not seen as an abstract straight line, but as a living, cyclical, and communal reality. Whoa. First line, slap. Time is deeply connected to life, to the memory of the ancestors, and to the harmony of the world. Time. Time is not the way to make money for the Bantus. It's not wake up, you work, you sleep, you wake up. No. Time for us, it's deeper. For ancestors, for your ancestors, before the missionaries, the Christians came in the late 14th century. This is time. Deeply connected to life and to the memory of the ancestors and the harmony of the world. Different category of time. Bantu people often distinguish between two forms of time. Lived time, called Sasa, depending on the language, from Nigeria, from Congo, from Cameroon, from Zimbabwe, from Namibia, from South Africa, from Rwanda, from small Congo, from Central Africa, from Gabon, from Angola, from choose. From America, because some of our brothers went there because of the slave trade. You say, like, life is first of all considered like lived time, Sasa. This is the present, the time of experience, action, and immediate memory. Potential of, and you have also the second category is potential or the future time, called in Bantu language, Zamani. It reminds you something? Help me out. What this word reminds you?
Zambi?
No.
Zaman is from Zaman.
Tuda, Zman. Zman in Hebrew, the time. Azmanim, right? When you talk about the Pesach, Shavuot, and Sukkot, what do you call them? Zmanim. Right? Tzadikim, it's the Hiloula for Ari Hakadosh. Please put camera on, be live. Be alive. The Hiloula, we don't joke. We have to go high. So if you don't help me, I cannot go high with you. Please. You see how in Bantu language, there is a secret level of time called something in the aspect of for potential, or the aspect of future time called zamani, zman, zain mem nun. Look what he's saying. This is the time of the ancestors. That's why every time you do Pesach, Shavuot, Sukkot, what do you call out? Your ancestors, like your ancestors used to do, like you said to your ancestors in Egypt. Like this, we are observing Pesach, Shavuot, and Sukkot. And he said, this is the time of the ancestors, of collective memory. Please, don't say your ancestors were not Israelite. Collective memories. Not only that, look, he said of myth, because we know that myth is nothing like fantasy. It's reality that we pass it to the next generation with codes in order to keep the truth untouched, which encompasses the distant past and gives meaning to the present. What do you want more? This is the inner purpose of the Hagim, the Zmanim. The past is never truly past. It is.
I wanted to say the word Zmani. My Lingala in Kikongo is not so well, but in Hebrew, usually something that's personal, like mine, yours, usually like it has a ending of the word. Isn't Lingala, is Zmani could be translated as my time?
No, it's depending, because you have a lot of Bantu language. But in Kikongo, to say mine or my, it's not with the U, it's not with the E. It's another thing. It's always Zamani. It's Ohodo. Let's say the U did at the end of Zman means something. So the past is never truly past. It is always present through the ancestors. You see? Past is meaningful only for the ancestors. If you forget that, what will happen? We'll have fake historical book. They will erase your time. That's why they all say, you Africans Americans, you never do anything in life. You never brought anything to humanity. You don't know who you are, what you used to be. We don't have books. Why? Because they create a time through the frame of history, through books. But what you have to know, that the real past is what is given to you by your ancestors. This is the way we work with Bantus. That's why all the academic book, respect for the work, but my ancestors don't tell me. So your past is not my past. The way you define your civilization in the past is not the way I will define it, because I need my ancestor to be the guarantor of the past. You get the information?
Yes.
And he said it is always present through the ancestors, rituals, and tradition. The future, on the other hand, does not really exist until it becomes lived experience. We have that specificity. We have no future. Future has to be realized. If it's potential, you are in Zamani, no problem. But we don't call it future. Meaning the purpose of life is to incarnate the future. You get it? So what is now the aspect of repairing time? It's restoring harmony. In Bantu thought, disorder, illness, or misfortune are often seen as breaks in the order of time and cosmic harmony. Repairing time, therefore, means restoring balance between the living, the ancestors, and the invisible forces, all under the power of Ein Sof, Baruch Hu. This is done through rituals, sacrifices, prayers, and reconciliation ceremonies. For example, when a tragic event occurs, a diviner or a wise person is often consulted to understand what fault, omission, or rupture may have wounded time. You see? problem comes when you wound time. Repair then takes place through symbolic acts and reestablish continuity between the visible and the visible world. Now you understand why in your Torah you have the shofar to blow, you have the kaparot to do, you have the coins to give at Purim, you have the korban Pesach, you have to check all the chametz before Pesach. All these things, they are way to repair the wounded made in the time. Meaning a mistake made by a whole crowd or by a person, it's not only your sin, it's not only your transgression, it's because you wounded the time. How do we know? Simple. Remember the remove before few weeks, few months. We saw that the tselem is connected to the time. You remember, right? You remember that?
Yes, Shiggy.
Toda Rabba. Wounded the time. Between the visible and the visible worlds, between the past, Zamani, and the present, Sasa. For the Bantu's time is not just a measurement, but a space of relationship. It connects generations, humans and spirits, the visible and the invisible, repairing time. Therefore, all means repairing social and spiritual bonds. In summary, in Bantu's cosmology, time is cyclical, communal, and sacred. Its repairs is accomplished through ritual that restore harmony between the living, the ancestors, and the forces of the world, so that life can continue in peace and balanced. You say, it's nice, it's good, but this is not Torah. I don't see Rabbi this say that. No problem. Like last week, we're going to keep this in blueprint. Ben Ishchai, Parashat Devarim, Alachot on Parashat Devarim. Let's go see my screen. I will be a bit fast because it's a bit long, but I will get it through. So here's the Ben Ishchai. Keep in mind everything we have said. So in this portion of Torah, Parashat Devarim, the Ben Ishchai, through all the psukim of Parashat Devarim, will study one pasuk of that Parashat Devarim to explain to us the laws of Tisha B'Av. Tisha B'Av. In few days, it will be Tisha B'Av. How do you behave? How will we behave? All these questions are very important. So let's build and see what Ari Hakadosh wants to tell us about the month of Tammuz and Av. Has symbolism of Esav, and he will talk about the way and how to repair difficult time, and how in the future the transformation of sadness to joy will be operated. So we are on the topic Tikkun Hazman, the rectification of the time. So let's see. It's like this. ואתם עוברים בגבול אחיכם בני עשיו, היושבים בשעיר, ויראו מכם ונשמרתם מאוד, אל תדגרו בם, כי לא אתן לכם מארצם עד מדרך כף רגל וכולי. נראה לי בסדר דשמיא על פי ההקדמה הידועה שכתוב, המפרשים בשם החז"ל דיעקב אבינו עליו השלום לקח חלקו ניסן אייר סיוון ועשיו ותמוז אב אלול. נתגבר יעקב אבינו עליו השלום, עלה וחטף ממנו את אלול, ונשאר בידו תמוז ואב בלבד, ולכן שלט בהם בזמן החורבן הרע לישראל בהם. לעתיד גם שתיים אלו, יקחו ממנו וישלטו בהם ישראל ויהיו 2 חודשים מלאו ימים טובים לישראל עד כאן דבריהם. גם ידוע מה שכתבו המקובלים ז"ל, ובקליפה את עשיו תיפול בזמן שעיקר ממנו יעקב אבינו בשלום ו' שהיא בסוף שמו וישאר בו אז יתקיים בו מה שכתוב בישעיהו יחלם. גם ידוע מה שאמרו רבותינו ז"ל במדרש רבה מאוד זה היצר הרע. Say something, start straight. Say like this, look. He say in Deuteronomy 2 from verse 4 and 5, it's written like this: you are passing through the territory of your brother, the descendants of Esau, who live in Seir, and they will be afraid of you. Be careful. Do not provoke them, for I will not give you any other land, not even enough for the sole of a foot. So this is Hashem talking to Moshe and all the crowd. Say, look, you are going close to the land of Canaan. You are obliged to pass through the land of the Bnei Esau. Please don't take a single thing. What does it mean? I say, look, it seems to me we've got apps based on well-known introductions cited by the commentators in the name of the sages that our forefather Yaakov took his portion in the month of Nisan, Iyar, and Sivan. So he's telling us the dimension of territory is not only a physical aspect, it's also connected to the time. Meaning, not only you master your country according to the rules of your borders, but know also that your borders are connected to the time. That's why you will see the invader, what they do. They change your time. They give you a new calendar. You start to count Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, and so on. So what does it mean? Since you accept their calendar, they get your borders because both of them are connected. So Ben Ishchai is telling you, look, Yaakov took his part. What is his part? We are talking about the land of Seir, the Bnei Esau portion. Say no. Yaakov took his part 3 months. Pesach, Sheni, Shavuot, if you want. Nisan, Iyar, Sivan. And he said, while Esau received Tammuz, Av, and Elul, the 2 twins, each one of them 3 months. Okay. However, Yaakov overpowered Esau and snatched Elul from him. How? When? Probably at the moment of the blessing of Yitzchak that he took, and also the first meeting where they didn't fight. Let's say, let's meet in Syria at the end of times. Okay. He said, look, Yaakov, Nisan, Iyar, Sivan, Esau, Tammuz, Av, Elul. He said, Ben Ishchai, that is why Esau has dominion during the time of destruction and brought evil upon Israel in those months. Which one? Tammuz, Av, and Elul. I will just open a small bracket. Don't forget, this is the story of our brothers, the 1/5. The 4/5 are the one who connect to the Torah of the 4/5, which is the Torah Aleph, Torah Yosef. What's happened? Since the month of Nisan, we didn't give to our soul a rest. We did Pesach, we counted the Omer. Sorry, let me start before. The month before the full moon of which is Pesach, we had Purim. In Purim, we had specific intentions, specific kavanot. We performed a specific pidyon nefesh, remember. And after we arrived in Pesach, we had our way to do Pesach, like our brothers, but we had some intentions, some kavanot, especially with the kochot haotiyot. And after that, we started counting of the Sefirat HaOmer. But also, we, Bantu Israel, we had something else. We count also the back. From Pesach Sheni, we count also 50 days. So you have the counting from Pesach to Shavuot, but we also count 50 days from Pesach Sheni to the 4th of Tammuz. This is written in Shar Kavanot. Noon days of the back, the Gadlut, and noon days of Katnut. And after, for the 4th of Tammuz, we perform the lecture of all the Mishnayot. We collect all the Mishnayot read by everybody. And all this, on the first time of the cutting of Sefirat Omer, we had all the books of the Pirkei Avot to read. And from the Pesach Sheni to what we call Shavuot Sheni, we had all the dimension of what we called reading the Pirkei Shira. Not only that, when we finished, we did the Mishnayot, some of you, they performed 3-day fastings before the 7th of Tammuz. Why do we do that? Because this is the price to pay not to be under the dominion of Esav in that 3 months that is, let's say that 2 months. That's why do you think that, like by Nazareth, Ari Hakadosh passed away in the week of Tisha B'Av? Because his Torah is the one with his incarnating that transformation from sadness to joy, but slowly. Let's go back to the text. And he said, bracket closed. He said, Esav had a dominion during his time of destruction and brought evil upon Israel, the 1/5. In that month, in the future, even this 2 months will be taken from him, and Israel will rule over them. And these 2 months will become days of joy for Israel. This is the teaching of our sages. And he had, וזה שאמר ואתם עוברים בגבול אחיכם בני עשיו, וירשו גם לעת עתה, אתם לוקחים את אלול שהיה תחילתו לחלק עשיו, ויראו מכם, ולכן צריך שבחודש הזה תהיו נשמרים מן היצר הרע הנקרא מאוד, כדי שלא תתגבר אדום שהיא אותיות מאוד, אך אל תדגרם בם, לפגוע לרשת ארצם, כי לא אתן לכם מארצם, אלא עד מדרר כף רגל, כלומר עד שתתגברו במעשים טובים שיהיו יכולים לקרוא מהם אות ו', שהוא רגל, רוצה לומר, סוף שמו של עשיו. או יובן, נשמע, עד מדרך כף רגל שיהיה נקצץ ונתקן ועקוף דקנה, שיהיו מן קנה, הנה. ויובן שיושלם הבירור, דאז מתו רגלין ברגלין, כמו שכתבו בזוהר הקדוש. So it's like this. Let me first correct something here. See like this. At the end of this first chapter, I read it. See like this. He said, look, not only you get that information about the month and the separation made between the two twins, but also you have to know that it is also known, according to the Kabbalist, the Mekubalim, that the klipa of Esav will fall when Yaakov takes from him the letter Vav, meaning Esav, it's Ain Shin Vav, like you see here. That's why the Torah will say the name of the Christian Messiah is Ishu, the same letter. Why we know is the reincarnation of Esav, or is the using the power of Esav. That's why we know that Edom is the Vatican, Rome. So he said, look, the purpose is that Yaakov have to take that Vav and to add it to his own name, Yaakov, with Vav here. Why? He said, once Jacob will take this, we take from him the letter Vav and the end of this name, leaving the word Ash. If I remove the Vav from Esav, what do I have? Ash, Ain Shin. And this will be the accomplishment of the verse of Ishayahu 50, verse 9. Ash will consume them, will be fulfilled. It is also known from our sage in Midrash Rabbah that me'od, when you say something is very much, refers to the evil inclination. And he had continued. Feel free if you have any question. If I'm not going too fast, because I have a lot of text to read, that's why I'm a bit fast. Don't hesitate to ask anything you need. So he said now, and this is what it means when it said, you are passing through the territory of your brothers, the descendant of Esav. That is, even now you are taking Elul. So what does it mean when the Torah said, you are passing through the territory of your brother Esav? Don't forget, territory, it's physical borders, and it's also time. So say, this is the meaning of you are even taken from them Elul, which at first belonged to Esav. That was the code given in the verse in Deuteronomy. And they will be afraid of you. What does it mean? Therefore, in this month, you must be especially careful of the evil inclination. Which month? Elul. That's why in the Judaism, Elul, you are connected to what we call the Silichot. Silichot is to ask for forgiveness because you wounded time when you make the golden calf. You wounded time when you had hatred between brothers. You wounded time when you let the Roman decide who's going to be high priest. You wounded time when you remove some page from the Talmud by being afraid that they will see something wrong written against Christianity. You wounded time. Automatically, you wounded also your territory. So for the one who study with us in the rabbinical program, if you remember what is written in Masechet Avodah Zarah, Talmud Yerushalmi, we know that the time is the place where start the Avodah Zarah. So by changing time, by bringing you to do a specific Shabbat on a specific day, and not keeping what was written in the book of Rabbi Nikunya Menakane, even not keeping what is written in the Torah. Torah tells you how you start to count your month. The counting of the month starts with the new moon. And you know that after the new moon, 7 days after, it's Shabbat. That's why Rashi will tell you in Bereshit, I don't understand why the book of Bereshit doesn't start with, here is the new moon. That's why the tractate Shabbat is included in the Moadim, in the Mishnah, in the Gemara. Why? Because the Moadim is the fixed time according to the moon. Everything starts with the new moon. Thanks to the moon, I will know when my month starts. So if I know when my month starts, I know when Shabbat will fall. If I know when Shabbat will fall, I will know when the Hagim will fall. If I know when the Hagim will fall, I know when it will be the Shemitah and the end of the years. That was the mindset of the Tanaim, written Sefer HaPeliyah, all the books. But they came, they grab your territory. Why? Because you let your time. You create Judeo-Christianism. Who told you? You think that letting time being a place of connection that will give you power? No. That remove you power from your territory. And he said, be careful in the month of Elul, especially in Elul. Why? Because it was the first thing we took from them, the Bnei Esav. You have to be careful of the evil inclination, which is called me'od, very much. so that Edom does not overpower you, since Edom shares the same letter as Me'od. Edom, Me'od, without the vav. Very much in Hebrew, it's the same letter for Edom, the spirituality of Esav. But do not provoke them to attack or take their land, for I will not give you any of their land, except as much as the sole of a foot, meaning until you strengthen yourself with good deeds, tikkun amidot. Where is the respect? Where is the nobility of your soul? Where is the humility? Where is the humbleness? Discretion? Where is the place? Where do you put yourself? People carry you, or you carry people on your shoulder? Good deeds. Respect humanity. Respect love. Respect things. Be balanced, like the Bantus say. Fix the time is create balance in life. Don't fight that I'm the man, I'm right. No. Build the peace. Heal the time. And he said, as matter the soul of the foot. It's a meaning until you strengthen yourself with good deeds. 1 second, someone want to enter. Okay. Say until you strengthen yourself with good deeds and are able to take from them the letter Vav, which is the foot, the end of Esav's name. Alternatively, as much as the sole of a foot can be understood as the rectification of the letter Kuf. Oh, why the Kuf? The Kuf in Kane. Read. R-E-E-D. Turning it into Ine. Behold. You see what he did? It's simple. It's a look. You have to rectify that letter. The foot here have to go up a bit, tack. And the right foot go up. The left foot comes straight. So from Kane, we create Ine. You get it?
Yes, Rabbi.
So he said, or it can mean that the clarification will be complete. Will be complete, and then the feet will meet the feet, as it is written in the Holy Zohar. So now we are just entering the topic. Go deeper. You see, like this now. He said, Venimtza. לעת עתה אנחנו מצפים לקרוא גם תמוז ואב שיהיו ימים טובים, ודבר זה תלוי בתשובה ומעשים טובים. והנה ידוע מה שכתב הרב בעת ובעת ז"ל, כי י"ב חודשים הם כנגד י"ב אותיות לשם עדנות במילואם, ואות א' מתחיל בניסן. יען שם, ונמצא לפי זה תמוז אב והם אותיות דל. לי"ב אותיות הנזכר, והנה יובא בסייעתא דשמיא, אשרי משכיל הל דל, הם תמוז ואב, שהם מבחינת אותיות דל, לשם האדונות, לתקנם על ידי תורה ומצוות ומעשים טובים, ואז ביום רעה ימלטהו השם. והייתה בזוהר הקדוש בחודשי החורף יש טבת ושבט, שהם גם כן קשים, והם כנגד תמוז ואב, כנודע, כפי הסדר, האותיות יהיו טבת ושבט, כנגד אותיות י' ו'. לאותיות הנזכרויות, וגם אלו, אחר שיתוקנו תמוז ואב, גם הם נתקנים ונתמתקים והשתלשל בהם שפע רב. נמצא תמוז ואב וטבת ושבט, הם אותיות דליו, ובזה יובן בסתר דשמיא, יזיל מים מדליו, כלומר שפע גדול מחודשים שהם כנגד דליו, וזרעו ישראל בימים רבים היא התורה. So we had more details. See like this. It says so for. Now we are waiting also to take Tammuz and Av. So we have already Elul from the time of Moshe. Now we want also to take Tammuz and Av from the end of Esav, so that they will become days of joys. Days of joys. These depend on repentance and good deeds. It is well known, as Rabbi Bet Oved wrote, that the 12 months correspond to the 12 letters of the name of Adanut, in its full spelling. So let me help you out, because it's going to be a bit technical now. See like this. Change my screen. You see? Here. He said Adonai spelled. So I have Aleph, Dalet, Nun, and Yud. You get it? It's okay? Okay. Now follow the wisdom of our sages. Is it like this? When you see, let me make it bigger. Okay. Is it like this? Said, when you write the name Adonai in its full spelling with the letter Aleph starting in Nisan, according to this, Tammuz and Av corresponds to the letter Dalet and Lamed. So let's see. So if I have Nisan here, this is Nisan. So the 12 letters are the 12 months. This is Nisan, this is Yar, this is Sivan, right?
Yes, Chief Rabbi.
Toda. And after this is Tammuz, and this is Av. So he said, based on that, the month of Tammuz and Av correspond to the letter Dalet and Lamed of these 12 letters. With this, we can understand the Psalm 41:12. Happy is he who considers the poor, because Dalet, Lamed, Dal mean the poor. So the 2 months together, the 2 last months that are in the hands of Esav, we call them the poor, the Dal. And he said, happy is he who considers them. How do you consider them? Be very strong in repentance and good deeds in that 2 months. If you are in the 1/5. Because if you are in the mindset of Torah Aleph, the repentance and good deeds, it's every day. Because you having everything, knowing that secret, I know that in Nisan, I do have the Tammuz of Nisan and the Av of Nisan. So waiting only Tammuz and Av to work on my good deeds and my repentance, it's a Kita Aleph, it's for the starter, for the beginners. You understand? So he said, once you know that, very simple. Happy is he who considers the poor. Dal, referring to Tammuz and Av, which are the Dalet and Lamed of the name Adanut, to be repaired through Torah, mitzvot, and good deeds, Maasim Tovim. Then, on the day of trouble, the Lord will deliver him. This is what comes next in the same pasuk. If you consider the Dal in the day of trouble, make it simple, 17th of Tammuz and 9th of Av, the Lord will deliver him. So how do you consider them? Small secret. Know about the intention of the meal of Purim. Know about the intention of the night of Pesach. Know about the intention of the counting of the mark of the face. Know about the intention about the counting of the mark of the back. Know about the reading of the Pirkei Avot. Know about the reading of the Pirkei Shira. And know about the reading of all the Mishnayot in that 13 days between the 4th of Tammuz and the 17th of Tammuz. That's it. This is to consider them. And he said, and it is taught in the Holy Zohar that in the winter month, Tevet and Shvat are also difficult, and they correspond to Tammuz and Av, according to the order of the letter. Tevet and Shvat correspond to the letter Yud Vav. So what does it mean? He said, look, if you go with the wisdom, knowing that the year is divided in two, feminine part and masculine part. Oh, sorry, masculine part and feminine part. We know that the 6 months of the summer, they are masculine. That's why the Torah will say, your year should start at Nisan. So, Nisan, Yar, Sivan, Tammuz, Av, and Elul. This is basically the masculine month. But here I start with Tishri. So what's happened? I know that Tammuz and Av, they are in the place number 4 and 5. So Kal Vachomer, in the feminine part of the year, I should be careful with the number 4 and 5 in the counting of the month. So who are there? Simple. Tishri, Cheshvan, Kislev, Tevet, Shvat, Yud, and Vav. You get it? Is it understood? It's clear for you?
Yes, Chief Rabbi, I understand.
Good. So it's like this. When you know that secret, and suddenly you will see that the letters Yud and Vav of those 12 letters are connected to Tammuz and to Tevet and Shvat. And after Tammuz and Av are repaired, listen well, after Tammuz and Av are repaired, these two will be repaired and sweetened, and abundance blessing will flow through them also. Yes, because in Tevet, we have the fasting of the 10th of Tevet, corresponding to the work of Nebuchadnezzar, right? But what do we have in Shvat? There's nothing wrong in Shvat. What do we have in Shvat? What's wrong with the month of Shvat? Because he's considering like it's an odd month. What's wrong? Do you have any idea? Any idea? No. The others, no idea. What's wrong with the month of Shvat? Till we compare the month of Shvat to the month of Av itself, because Tevet corresponds to Tammuz and Shvat to Av. No answer? תודה רבי יוחנן. Let me help you out. Yes, Rabbi Matan.
Shalom, Shalom, Chief Rabbi. I know in the month of Shavan or Shavat, there are no holidays or fasts. Unlike other months, we have a fast or some sort of holiday in the other months.
No, you are mistaken with Cheshvan. In
Oh,
Shvat,
yes.
we have two Bishvat.
You have to be Shvat.
Yoda, what is two Bishvat? Help me out.
The renewal of the trees.
Yes, but what is the secret behind? Remember the limudim, Rabbanim, Tzadikim, help me out.
The 7 kings?
Yes, but in which aspect?
The time.
Which aspect? The lunar new year, Rabbanim.
Yes.
Rabbanim, the lunar new year. What is wrong? We know that Hashem made mistake. He said to the moon, become smaller, and this create unbalanced situation. So we have to think that. Remember, at the end of the day, we will say that the light of the moon will be like the light of the sun. This is the thing. That's why Ben Ish Chai is telling you, look, something is wrong with Shvat. You have to know what's wrong. Simple. Mishnah, Tu Bishvat. Bet Shammai on the 1st of Shvat. Bet Hillel on the 15th. Depending how you count from new moon to new moon, or you count from full moon to full moon. The lunar year. We have 4 Rosh Hashanah, and one of them is Tu B'Shvat. It's not the new year of the trees, it's the new year of the moon. See the limud we did there. This is the secret of the text. The Ben Ish Chai is going too fast, but we have to understand all the codes he's bringing to us. And he said, we have also to repair these 2 months. First of all, Tevet, and after Shvat. So the final tikkun, once we will have taken away from Esav and Tammuz and Av, will be the fixing of the moon, the femininity. The Shekhinah will be fixed. This is the work we have to do. And he said, those, if now I take the 4 months, Tammuz, Av, Tevet, and Shvat, and I took the corresponding letters in the spelled name of Adanut, meaning Dalet, Lamed, Yud, Vav. It's Dalav. And with this, we can understand the Pasuk, the verse number 24:7, saying, water will flow from his buckets. Dalav. It's Dalav. The 4 months. It's here. See the verse. Here. Dalav. Everything is in the Torah. Just understand the codes. You don't need many books. And he's the seed, Israel, in many waters, which refers to the Torah. But Ben Ish Chai is just starting. He's going deeper. He's going much more deeper. He said now like this. He said, Ve'ine Tammuz Av mispar tahana, ubaze te'ena, ubaze yuvan, once again, ubaze yuvan, Vesiata Dishmaya, Shalom Shalom, Shalom Shalom, Israel Pondol, Rectify. He said, ubaze, Shalom Shalom. Zetena, ubaze yuvan Vesiata Dishmaya, what is written in Mishlei. No tsar te'ena, le'etata yechal peria, le'atid lavo, שיתפתחו לימים של טובה, ונודע כי החורבן וכל הרעות שהיה לישראל היו מסיבת עוון עץ הדעת שהיה תאנה, כמו שאמרו חז"ל. ועוד העיקר, דסבירה לאון בגן היה, והלו דברי אלוהים חיים, דהבה אחי ואהבה אחי, ובזה יובן, כי את השדה נשאה פרעה ותאנה וגפן נתנה חילם. רוצה לומר, עץ השדה הם האילני סרק, שעתיד להוציא פרי, יען כי תאנה וגפן שחטאה בהם אדם הראשון ניתנה חלאה ונתקנו. So he said like this, now the numerical value of Tammuz and Av, I take the 2 months, I calculate the numerical value of these 2 months, equal to, let's say, very simple, 400, 401, 451, 456. Same gematria value like Te'ena, which is the figs. Just the figs. And he said, with this, we can understand the verse of Proverbs 27:18. He who guards a fig tree will eat its fruits. Meaning that for now, but in the future, this month will be transformed into days of goodness, repairing the wounds of time. The guardian of that fig tree is basically the guardian of the 2 months. Take care of them. This month will be transformed into days of goodness. It is known that the destruction and all the troubles that believe Israel were because of the sin of the tree of knowledge, Etzadat Tov Vera, which according to our sages was a fig tree. Others says it was a grape wine, and both opinions are the words of the living God. Elokim Chaim. Ela ve'elu ve'elu divrei Elokim Chaim. It was both. Remember the secret of the Machloket. With this, we can understand what is written in Yoel 2:22. For the tree of field has borne its fruit, the fig tree and the wine have yielded their strength. Meaning, the tree of the field refers to the barren trees that will eventually bear fruits, because the fig and the wine, through which Adam sinned, have now yielded their strength, having been rectified. We just build. We continue. He said like this now. בזכות הילולתו של ארי הקדוש. May he enjoy this limud. He like this. He said, ולכן חודש זה נקרא אב, שהוא עתיד להיות אב לכל החודשים, מאחר שנעשו בו רבות רעות, מוכר שיהיה בו טובות מרובות, יותר מכל החודשים על דרך מה שאמר הכתוב בתהילים, שמחנו כמו תהניתנו, גם נראה לי נקרא אב, שהוא יתוקן ויתגבר בזכות התורה, כמו שאמרו רבותינו ז"ל, א' ב' א' בינה, לכן שבטו יששכר. והנה נודע כי תוקף הימים רעים של חודש זה הוא בנכנסו בלבד, שהוא 9 ימים שיש בו ראיו שעות כמניין גבורה, כמניין אריה, לכן מזל לחודש הזה הוא אריה, תוציא מהם 10 שעות, שהוא שליש אחרון של יום 9 באב, שאז נולד משיח של ישראל, נשאר ריב שעות, ונעשו ריב, שעות אלו רעים לישראל בחורבן בשביל שבזו תלמידי חכמים, כמו שאמרו רבותינו ז"ל, לא חרבה ירושלים אלא בשביל שביזו בה תלמידי חכמים, וידוע כי תלמיד חכם של ארץ ישראל נקרא רבי, כמו שכתבו חז"ל, כל רב מבבל וכל רבי מארץ ישראל, מאחר שביזו את רבי, לכך לקו בריב שעות הקשות אלו של 9 ימים הנזכרים, והנה אנחנו בוטחים כי ריב שעות הרעות אלו יתהפכו לעתיד לטובה, שיהיו מספר אורה שעולה ריב מתקיים בימים אלו, ליהודים הייתה אורה ושמחה וששון ועיקר. So he said like this, he said, therefore this month is called Av, the month of Av, Tisha B'Av. Av means father, because it is destined to become the father of all the months. Since so many evils occurred in it, it must be that even greater good will come from it, as it is written in Tehillim 90:15. Make us glad according to the days wherein you have afflicted us. It also seemed to me that it is called Av, Father, because it will be rectified and strengthened through the merit of Torah, as our sages said in Shabbat 104 Aleph, Aleph, Bet, learn wisdom. Av, Aleph, Bet. What is the secret of Aleph, Bet? Together, Av, meaning learn wisdom. To rectify that month, meaning not only you have to have good deeds, not only you have to serve Torah, not only you have to take care, but know that all this has to be under the patronage of Chokhmah. Torah Aleph. See? Not intelligence, not Navon, but say Chokhmah. He said, and those, when you connect to Chokhmah, what does it mean? Those, its tribe is Issachar. So which of the 12 tribes is connected to the month of Av? Issachar. It is known that the intensity of the evil days in this month, it's only at its beginning, the first 9 days, which contains 216 hours. Make the calculation very easy, 24 hours times 9. And he said the numerical value of Gevurah. So from the 1st of Av until the 9th of Av, you have 216 hours. Same gematria value as Gevurah, strength, or Aryeh, lion. And he said that is why the sign of this month is the Leo, the lion. If you subtract 4 hours, which is the last third of the days of Tisha B'Av, when the soul of Mashiach is born, the Redeemer of Israel, you are left with 212 hours. These 212 hours become evil for Israel, evil for Israel during the destruction, because they disgraced Torah scholar. For the one who study rabbinical program, we saw this afternoon, arming the tzaddikim. And he said, because they disgraced Torah scholar, as our sage said in Shabbat, Jerusalem was destroyed only because they disgraced Torah scholar. So what the connection between the 212 hours and that situation? It's simple. It is known that a Torah scholar in the land of Israel is called Rabbi. What is 212? Resh Bet Yud. Rabbi. We don't say Rav Pinchas Eliyahu. We don't say Rav Elnathan Hanan. We don't say Rav Zohar. We don't say Rav Ishai. We say Rabbi Ishai Moshe. We say Rabbi Moshe Shlomo Zohar. We say Rabbi Natan Hanan. We say Rabbi Israel Pondon. We say Rabbi Pinchas. We don't say Rav. Why? He said, look what is written. As our sage wrote in Betzah 11b, every Rav is from Bavel. Like Rabbi Shimon Yochai, Bavlim. We study Talmud Yerushalmi because we create rabbis, not Rav. And he said, every Rav in Babel is from Babylonia, and every Rabbi is from the land of Israel. Since they disgraced Rabbi Resh Bet Yud, they were struck with 212 difficulties hours of the 9 days, which is basically Riv. But we trust, because when you see the way the word is written here, from Rabbi, I change just the bet and the place, I create Riv, which is Riv, it's a fight. Very terrible fight, dispute. Memiriva dispute. And he said, since they disgraced the Rabbi, they were struck with the 212 difficult hours of the 9 days. But we trust that those 212 evil hours will be transformed in the future to good. So the 212 will be the value of Orah, and the verse of Esther will be fulfilled for the Judean. The Judean had light and gladness and joy. Oh, why? Why this verse? Remember what I told you, the way we take care of these 2 months. We started in Purim. I told you before a few minutes. Here's the proof. The final tikkun, the final rectification of the 9 days bring us back to the verse of Purim. You see? You get it? Continue. One second. And he said, ובזה יובן בקהילת י"א ומתוק האור הטוב לעיניים, כי 2 חודשים התמוז באב הם כנגד בית עיניים ימין ושמאל, ועליהם כתיב הנה ירדו מים, וכמו שכתב רבנו ז"ל בשער הכוונות. We talk about Ari Hakadosh, like wrote our master from blessed memory in the book Shar HaKavanot. He said, ידוע כי החכמים מכונים בשם עיניים. לך הקדוש ברוך הוא טבעה על בונם בימים אלו של תמוז ואב, הם בבחינת עיניים, ולכך בעיקאה הקדים אות פה לאות עין, שבזו תלמידי חכמים שהם עיניים, והתוקף של רעות הימים אלו היה בריב שעות הנזכרות, שהם כמניין האור. ולזה אמר, הוא מתוק האור, שנתמתקו ריב שעות ויהיו אור, ובזה יהיה טוב לעיניים, הם תמוז ואב, שהם בבחינת עיניים, ובזה כתוב, כל צופיך נשאו כל ירדה ורעננו. Ein behind יראו בשוב השם ציון. כי תמוז זהב שם hein והין יראו בשוב השם ציון. So like this. With this, we can now also understand another verse of Ecclesiastes, Mishle. And he said, light is sweet and it is good for the eyes because the 2 months, Tammuz and Av, correspond to the 2 eyes. Oh, right and left. Let me question your knowledge. To which planet does it refer the 2 eyes? Remember the diagram, the classification of Rabbinate.
Shalom, shalom, Abinu.
Shalom, shalom, Yochanan.
I want to try. I think I can vaguely remember Tedek. No,
You said
the
Tzedek for
right
which
eye.
one?
The
We have
right
2
eye.
eyes. So this one is, you say?
Tedek. Tedek is the left eye or the right? I'm not sure.
You get 1. Tzedek is the left. What is the right one? Yes, someone raised up his hands. No one raised up hand. So what is the right eye? Saturn. Remember. Right
Ken, I remember, but I was looking for the Hebrew word. I can't remember what it
How
says.
do you say Saturn? Shabtai.
Shaftai. That's it.
Shabtai. Tzedek. Mars. What is Mars? Ma'adim. Hama, the sun. Venus. Mercury. The moon.
Mercury,
Venus.
Noga וכוכבים.
Hama. Venus. Noga. Mercury. Kochavim. The moon. Levana. This is the secret. So, the 2 months, Av and Tammuz, we are connected to Avgitat and Kerasatan. Go and see Rabbi Nechunya. You understand what's happened here. For the month of Av, of Tammuz, it's here. Av, it's here. Understand? So he said like this. He said, the 2 months, Tammuz and Av correspond to the 2 eyes, right and left. About them it is written in the Lamentations of Jeremiah. My high runs down with waters. As our teachers wrote in Shara Kavanot, Ari Hakadosh, it is known that the sages are called eyes. The sages are called eyes. Meaning you cannot be a sage if you don't master the negativity of the 2 Kochavim called Shabtai and Tzedek. You get it? You get it? Toda. And he said this. And therefore, God demanded their honor during this day of Tammuz and Av, which are considered like eyes. That's why in Lamentation, the letter P comes before the letter Ayin, because they disgraced Torah's scholars, who are the eyes. The intensity of the evil of these days was in the 212 hours mentioned above, which is the numerical value of light, aura. That is why it is said light is sweet, meaning that the 212 hours will be sweetened and become light, and this will be good for the eyes, referring to Tammuz and Av. So what is the goodness that you can wish for Tammuz and Av is to bring joy in that 2 months, which are like eyes. This is what is written in Yeshayahu, the voice of your watchmen. They lift up their voice, together they sing of joys, for eye to eye. Tammuz and Av will see when the Lord returns to Zion. For Tammuz and Av, which are eye and high, they will see when Hashem, the Lord, will return to Zion. After said, ועוד נראה לי בסתר דשמיא, הטעם שנקרא חודש זה, אב כי הוא תלוי בתיקון ב' באותיות ו' של שם הוויה, ואות א' של כיסא, כי כאשר יושלם תיקון שלהם, יהיו השם שלם, והכיסא שלם, ואז גם הוא יהיה לטובה, לששון, לשמחה, כי לכן עתה בימים החורבן אמרו רבותינו ז"ל, מי שמכניס אב ממתין בשמחה, להיות שדהשם חסר ואה, אמורים על השמחה, כמו שאמרו רבותינו ז"ל, בן וי לאלוה, נמלט רבן יוחנן בן זכאי, ולכן נקרא אב, רמז באותיות ה' על האותיות השם הכיסא. ובזה יובן בסתר דשמיא, אבן מעשו הבונים הייתה לראש פינה, אבן ראשי תיבות נכנס הב, שהוא 9 ימים הנכנסים לתחילת השם. מעשו הבונים הם הם החכמים הנקראים בונים, כמו שכתב בברכות, אל תקרי בנייך אלא בונייך, שגזרו בהם כמה דברים על הצער והאבלות כאשר נבער. באמת הייתה לראש פינה, כי יהיה חודש אב לכל חודשים, ואל תחשוב שהמעלה שתהיה בו לעתיד תהיה על ידי בשר ודם, שאין סופה להתקיים, אלא מאת השם הייתה. המעלה לחודש הזה, והיא נפלאת בעינינו, עוד חלק והכתבה לשתיים, ויקחה בה בעינינו, כלומר בשתי עיניים של תמוז ושל אב, זה היום, הידוע שהוא יום 9 באב, שהיה קשה ביותר, שבו נשרף ההיכל, עשה השם, לשון תיקון, ובין הבקר אשר עשה, שהוא יתברר, תקנו בידו ולא על ידי שליח, ולכן לעתיד נגילה בשמחה, בו הוא בכפל אמורה הקיום. He said, like this. It also seems to me, with God's help, that the reason this month is called Av, Father, is because it depends on the rectification of the 2 letters, Vav and He, of the divine name, Yud Ke, Vav Ke. So the 2 letters of the lower place, the last letters, let's say, and the letter Aleph of the throne. When the rectification is complete, when the name is whole and on the throne is whole, then this month too will be for good, for joy and gladness. That is why during the days of destruction, Our sages said in the Mishnah, Ta'anit, when Av entered, we decrease in joy, because the divine name is missing the letter Vav He, which indicates joy. As our sage said in Echarabah, between Vav and He, Haban Yochanan ben Zakkai was saved. Therefore, have hints in its letters to the name and to the throne. This is very hard to enter in. Just get the information. We're going to dig another topic on that aspect of the letters and the month and the throne. With this, we can understand another verse in the Tehillim. The stone which the builders rejected has become the cornerstone. What we sing in every single month and in the fast in the Hallel. It said we can understand that the word even stone is the acronym of Nichnas, entering. If I take the word even, Aleph Bet Nun, Rashi Tevot, Nichnas. Nun, Aleph, and Bet. So the Nun is Nichnas, and the Aleph Bet are here. He said, 1 second, sorry. Sorry. So he said like this. He said, the word stone is the acronym of Nichnas. So Av is entering, referring to the 9 days at the beginning. The builders rejected, refers to the sages who are called the builders, as it is written in Brachot. Do not read, oh, you children, but you builders, who decreed many things of mourning and sorrow, as will be explained. But in truth, when the verse said it has become a cornerstone, it means that for this month will become the father of all months. And do not think that the greatness that will be in it in the future will come through flesh and blood. Oh, no. Which does not last, but it is from the Lord, and it is wondrous in our eyes. Divide the word in our eyes in two, meaning the two eyes, Tammuz and Av. Remember what the Bantus said about the time. This is the days, referring to Tisha B'Av. That day, this is the day. Which day? Tisha B'Av. The most difficult day when the temple was burned. The Lord has made same verse, meaning he himself will repair it, not from messenger. Therefore, in the future, let us rejoice and be glad in it, with a double instruction indicating permanency. And we finished that step before the final stage. He said like this. He said, ובזה יובן רמז הכתוב, ושוב השם אל שיבת ציון וכולי. אז ימלא שרקבנו שנן רינת יום הובא הגויים, יגדיל אדוני לעשות עמלה, יגדיל אדוני לעשות עמנו, היינו שמחים. זה הגדיל די כך. שנתגדל באותיות ו"ה אנחנו משיבים את כן האמת, הגדיל השם לעשות עמנו, על כן היינו שמחים כיוון דנשלמו ו"ה אמורים על השמחה והנה לעתיד, לעתה, שבוכים בתשעה באב, עתיד לבוא, אתה מביתו לבית הכנסת, מבית הכנסת לביתו, בעבור החורבן, הנה הוא, כי בבחייה של תשעה באב יתוקנו ניצוצות של קרי, וכמו שכתב הרב, מועד לכל חי זל, והפר הוא אהב, לעתיד, כי רבות רעות נעשו בו, ועתה לעתיד לבוא יהיה טובות מרובות. He said like this. With this, we can understand the hint in the Tehillim 126, when the Lord brought back the captivity of Zion, then our mouth was filled with laughter and our tongue with songs. Then it was said among the nations, the Lord has done great things for them. The phrase great things specifically refers to greatness of the letter Vav and He. And we could respond, the Lord has done great things for us. And therefore, the three, we were glad because the Vav and the He, which indicates joy, have been completed. For now, those who sow in tears, those who weep on Tisha B'Av, will reap in joy in the future. Remember what we said. For us, the Bantu Israelite, future doesn't exist till we make it happen. You get it or not? This is two different cultures. 1/5, 4/5. The 1/5, the future is like this. I'm waiting for a time to come, but since that time come, I cry. Bantu Israelites, no. The future exists only when I do it. You understand the secret or not? The one who understand from the committee, we have a great work to do for next year, Tisha B'Av, to prepare it as a choice, good day of choice. You agree or not? It's written everywhere. But Hashem knew that among all the 12 tribes, one will come and will understand time in a different way. And we, Bantu Israelite, for us, future, we don't wait the time to come to us because we know that the time is within us. I didn't open that topic because people like to cry, to complain. This is the mindset of the generation. But Rabbi Akiva laughed on that day. It was already on the Tisha B'Av fixed. People were crying, right? It's not to laugh. It's not to laugh like it's written in the verse. When he brought back the captivity of Zion, then our mouth was filled with laughter and our tongue with song. Rabbi Akiva did it the second after. And the rabbinical Judaism, and our people don't know, they like to make you cry 2,000 years. We Bantu Israelite, we have a problem. Because for us, future is not to wait. Future, you have to make it happen. After we call it future. Meaning, don't wait for Donald Trump to save you. This is not Bantu Israelite mindset. We don't wait for anybody. We do it by ourselves. And said, for now, those who are teased, it's like this. But he carries the measure of seeds because of the destruction. But he carries the measure of seeds. For through the weeping of Tisha B'Av, the sparks of impurity are rectified. And Rabbi Moed Lechol Chai wrote, he will come with joy in the future. Bo, come, is the rivers of Av. He will come with joy in the future, carrying his sheaves. For many evil happen then, but in the future, in your action, according to the Israelite, it will be carrying his sheaves of abundant good. Now, 10 minutes of conclusion. Let's see, let's make order, give order to the master of the day, the master, but today is the Hiloula. The master. Look what he is saying in his book. Let me see. One of the great book of our master. Etz Chaim. I will let him guide you. Sometimes in the Hiloula, it's good not to explain. Like this, you have the intimacy. You have the study with him. Remember the introduction. Remember the development of the Ben Ish Chai. Now listen. I'll go straight in English. In this part of the Etz Chaim, we're going to talk about time. But the chapter is called The Light of the Sky of Asia. The word of Asia. It's like this. He said, there are 10 Edens, 10 skies, as mentioned in Parashat Vayikra, and they are the secret of the 10 supernal Sephirot of Asia, as explained above. In addition, there is the Vilon, the curtain, which corresponds to the crown of the foundation, Atara of the Yesod, which brings in and sends out. Understand that this Vilon serve. 1 second. You see Vilon, keep in mind Vilon. Understand that this Vilon serves no function except as an entry and exit point. The Rakia, the firmament, is the Yesod of Asia, in which the sun, moon, stars, and constellation are fixed. The Vilon mentioned above covers this Yesod, for Yesod is called morning. Good morning, morning, Yesod. And the crown of this sword, which is the aspect of David, is a canopy as the secret of in the morning I will arrange my prayer to you and I will look forward, as mentioned in Parashat Balak. Therefore, David had no life because Vilon has nothing of its own. So, I give you a secret now. Sorry. It's okay now?
Yes, תודה רבה, Baba.
We are here. Gate. Shamim of Asia. So, we talk about David. So, he'll give it your secret. Listen well. He said, therefore, David, Amelech, had no life because Vilon has nothing of its own. So he's telling you that the soul of David, Amelech, is, was, is, will be, use what you want, the reincarnation of Vilon on earth. You get it? You understand? The one when Rabbi called Limud, you know what is Vilon, right?
Ken Rabin.
Yes,
So
Baba.
now you have a secret. Vilon was incarnate physically in this world. And it was David Amelech. People connect to that soul, to that level of soul, to that level of existence, they have no life. No life. Because Vilon has nothing for its own. And who is David? The man according to the God's heart. Oh, African people, African American people, Bantu Israelite. What do you have for your own? Do you have a life? Let's be real. You have a life. Don't think that Ari Hakadosh didn't know about the Bantu Israelite. Look what he's saying. And he said, understand this. Understand that secret. Understand that secret. It's here. ולכן דוד לא היה לו חיים. He had no חיים. לא היה לו חיים. What is that life? Your father don't recognize you. You're not my son. Your brothers don't recognize you. You're not one of us. Alone in the forest. Even your blessing, no one believes in you. You get the throne. 70 years running after you to kill you. Something which is yours. Once you have a moment of peace, you made a mistake. That woman. Losing kids. Your own kids. Taking your wives. And even barely we needed Adam Arishon, Avraham Avinu, and Yosef to give you days of life. Why? If not, you will die early. This is life. This is life. You go there, they treat you like a nigger, thinking that you are an animal, fighting every single day. You have no rights to be happy, no rights to be free. You claim, but you know that they don't touch you. The system is against you. You have a whole continent called Africa. No country belongs to you. But decide your borders, but divide your family, but take your waters, but take your minerals. And you have to say thank you. Colonize you. Yes. Rob the kids. Rob your brothers. Thank to Rabbi Yochanan who read books that shows to us how the rapt happened. We never saw our brother. Never. They create that situation to put divisions between us. That's why today, even for the African American to have African rabbi, result of the manipulation. What do you have for your own? Nothing. Look what the master will say. He said, understand this. He said, understand this secret. What I'm telling you is not a small thing. Even they understand this. Even they meod. He said, it enters at Shacharit morning and exits at Arvit evening. What? Vilon, David. In the secret, she brings her food from afar and gives a portion to her maidens. It is hidden by day and revealed by night. Oh, secret. Study tonight. He will tell you the secret behind all these words. Within this rakia, this firmament, are all the 9 spheres, that surround the word. As the philosopher described in their books, we say, even know they rob something from us. Of these, 7 are the planet. The 8th is the fixed star, and the 12th constellation, and the 9th is the daily sphere that encompasses them all in 24 hours. Whoa. You want to know what is time? Here is simple math. You don't get anything, you don't understand. You have the text, study it tonight. Also, I repeat, within this rakia are all the 9 spheres that surround the world, as the philosopher described in their books. Of these, 7 are the planets. The 8th is the fixed stars, and the 12th constellation, and the 9th is the daily sphere that encompasses them all in 24 hours from east to west. The one who thinks that Kabbalah is to be crazy and everything is to do what you want and to do sorcery in the Champions League of mathematics, physics, literature, wisdom, geography, anatomy, medicine, botanic. This is the top level. What do you understand? You think it's losing time to study Kabbalah. Okay, come, explain to me that small sentence. All these 9 spheres are fixed in the Rakia, as hinted by the verse, and God set them in the firmament for the events, not in the firmament. In the firmament of events. It's 2 different things. This is understood from the Braita. Like in Braita, you talk about Gemara. You study Gemara, you even saw that. Of Shmuel HaKatan, who wrote that the Rakia, the firmament, is made like a tent, as stated in the Pirkei of Rabbi Eliezer. Oh, the one who fight, how is the earth? I don't want to be struck by YouTube. Is it like this? Is it like this? They said, Rabbi Shmuel HaKatan wrote, and it was written in Pirkei de Rabbi Eliezer, that the Rakia is like a tent. You get it? I don't say more. He said, and then says that the spheres revolve. In this way, the words of the sages, the astronomer, are justified. The sphere are the 10 aspects of Yesod of Asya, and above them are the Sherakim, the darkness, the Chosher, and so and so on up to Aravot, all within Asya. These are the 7 events explained in the Sefer HaRazim, in the secret of garment. So the day of Hiloula, we just read. Know that all these events are in the secret of the cycle of Asya. Every single word has this cycle. And within these are essences, vessels, and surrounding light, all arranged one within the other. Around each of them is also the even of the Sitra Chara. You have a specific sky, let's say, for the other side, the impurity, let's say, which are the backside. But these are not called demons or harmful spirits, but rather accusers from the side of impurity. You see differences? It says, through their power, the generation of Enosh worship the sun, the moon, and other gods, as we have explained that all of Asya is mixed with good and evil in the secret of garment alone. Therefore, they are angels that are like garments, and they are a mixture of good and evil. That's why it is forbidden to use practical Kabbalah as mentioned in the Tikkunim. All of this is the word of Asya, called the word of the Ofanim, the wheels, Sandalphon, for it is the sandal of the Shekhinah, and the Shekhinah is within. This is Sandalphon. Elianavi, you get it. For the Shekhinah is called foot, as in the earth is my stool, my footstool. This is a sandal. Understand this. Understand this. He said, however, the secret of the direct light is in the center of all the Edens, and at the center point of each Eden, as explained above, and it extends from above to below. There, in the center, are the 7 holy palaces of Asya, and opposite them, the 7 palaces of impurity. 7 palaces, all in a direct line, as it also as is also the case with the heathens, which are circular and as explained above. Just as it is below on earth, so it is above. Everything that is opposite, that is opposite the land of Israel is holiness, and surrounding it are the land of the nations. Similarly, opposite the Gan Eden of on earth, above in the heaven is the right arm, which is the place of your dwelling, O Lord. Opposite Gehinnom is the left arm, where the forces of impurity cling and have their dwelling. Opposite the land of Israel are the gates of the heavens, as mentioned in Parashat Vayekel. And at the end of the gates is the entrance called Migdon. But in the middle of the gates, opposite the land of Israel, is a great entrance, and around it are 70 gates, from which the 70 nations are nourished from the residue of that entrance. In that entrance are fruits of holiness, which do not allow the Sitra Achara, the other side, to be nourished from there, as mentioned in Parashat Truma. It is a garment. But it is only for us. The holiness is not revealed in our time. The holiness is not revealed in our time. The holiness is not revealed in our time. This entrance is also in the center of the heaven and flow downwards to the lower earth through that entrance. There is also another curtain to block the Sitra Achara from entering the land of Israel. This entrance is aligned in the center of all events, which reaching every aspect of Yesod in Malchut, the holy point in all the world, up to the holy throne. From there, all prayers and souls ascend at night, even though it is said in Parashat that prayers are ascent in the east and west. That refers to the ascent of the air. But afterward, they all enter through that central entrance. These events do not revolve, they are fixed. So the entrance is always aligned with the land of Israel. But the sphere fixed in the Rakia are the one that revolved. So when we say the Rakia is fixed, we mean these events, and when we say these events, and when we say that the sphere revolved, it is the sphere, not the event. Rabbi Eliezer and Rabbi Yehoshua do not make the sphere primary, but the star, which is its constellation. And they say that every constellation revolves, but the events is fixed. It is the truth. This is the truth. For the sphere and its stars are all named after the star. For the star is the point of the sphere and its soul. I repeat, for the star is the point of the sphere and its soul, and the sphere is its body. In the secret of the circles that all the world have, as explained above. That is why, in the writing of the sages, only the movement of the star is mentioned, not the movement of the sphere, and the Eden is fixed in one place like a tent. I will let you and Ari Hakadosh do the conclusion of the limud, but in what I've read now, you have all the explanation about the introduction, saying that you can make wounds to the time, and that the time can be incarnate in human being's life. Some days can become a living soul. Some people can be born in the aspect of the ninth of Tammuz. This to say that fixing the time, the rectification of the time, is the topic. If you want to know what it means to bring Mashiach, is actually to know how to rectify the time. 2 months to manage, Tammuz and Av. And remember that Pesach is the festival of which season? Help me out.
Spring.
The spring. When is the spring in the South Hemisphere?
October.
Very good.
The October. If I'm living Nigeria, Congo, Djibouti, Zimbabwe, I do my Pesach in October, right? When will be Tammuz? Four months after, right? That will fall in the northern hemisphere to Tevet and Shvat. You get it? This is the secret. The Ben Ishai is telling you, we know that Hashem will spread out the 12 tribes, but use the time as a protection. Keep the words of Torah. You who are in the South Hemisphere, do your Pesach at the proper time, because like this, you will fix the Tevet and Shvat of the Northern Hemisphere, because you will be in Pesach, and they will be fixing your Tevet and Shvat because they're in the Northern. You see how the word is complete? So be careful about uniformity. No, Torah is emet. If the Bantu Israelite, we have the courage and the brave to say, here is our calendar. We start Pesach October. So what are things? Don't worry, Ben Ishai, introduction, Parashat Devarim. You see the letter of Adanut, two letters, divided in two. You start masculine, feminine, we start masculine, feminine at that time, and we will be completing our work. When you are fixing my Tammuz and Av, I'm fixing your Tevet and Shvat. When I'm fixing your Tammuz and Av, you are fixing my Shevet and Shvat. This is what we call Am Echad Belev Echad, one people with one heart. So be ready. 2027, Bantu Israelite, Pesach will be Chag Aviv for the South Hemisphere. Baruch Adonai Olam. Amen v'amen. Toda rabba to all of you. Yom Hiloula Sameach. And B'ezrat Hashem, see you next week for the halachot. Tisha B'Av, maybe Chief Abel Hanan or Chief Abel Ishai or Chief Abel Zohar will give a teaching for the English speakers. But generally, the halachot are pretty simple. Tisha B'Av fall on Saturday. So in the calendar where you are, it will be Shabbat. So the halacha is like this: Shabbat is more important than Tisha B'Av. So the fasting is postponing on Yom Rishon. So some Mekubalim, they said, since the real day of fasting is postponed, fasting on Rishon, we don't get it. But the Poskim decided, you practice Judaism, you will have to fast, on Yom Rishon. Yes, Samanit Nadej.
Shalom, Shifabai. Je veux dire que ça fait longtemps que j'ai envoyé un message pour toi en WhatsApp. Ça fait longtemps que j'ai envoyé un message pour toi pour te rencontrer, mais I didn't get anything from you.
Samanit Nadej, I know. You know, my WhatsApp, I have now, I work a bit this afternoon. I still have 125 messages late. So it's added. So I do my best. That's why sometimes I say to people, the best way is to come in the limud, ask me the question. If it's very private, call me just after. But I will answer. But the problem is sometimes my schedule that I will answer the message off. For example, now after the message I have to answer, I have 2 weeks. And the student, I'll do my best to answer fast.
J'ai envoyé quelques mazels. Est-ce que tu as trouvé ça? It was my first time doing it.
One more time. Répète, que j'entends mal quand tu parles, Rabbinate. Repeat, please.
J'ai envoyé un dim pour toi, mais je ne sais pas que tu as trouvé ça. J'ai envoyé le mazel.
Ah, okay, attends. Because I think you send on 2 different numbers. Sometimes you send to me messages on my Israeli number, sometimes send the messages in my French number. Ah, once again. Okay. Ce que je vais faire, parce que là, chez moi, il va être minuit. Normalement, dans quelques minutes, il faut dire que je commence à faire mes prières de la nuit. So,
Okay,
ce
maybe
que
we
je
can
vais
talk in
faire, c'est comme
private.
ça.
Maybe
Non,
we
because
can
now,
talk in
regarde,
private.
oh, regarde, là, il est minuit à Paris. Ce que je dois faire, c'est, moi, la nuit, je dors pas. J'étudie. Donc, je dois commencer à me préparer pour étudier. Ça veut dire, en fait, que là, quand je finis avec toi, ce que je dois faire, c'est vite faire mes prières, vite manger, pour que à Khatsot, je sois déjà en train d'étudier, de faire Tikkun Khatsot. Tu vois? C'est pour ça que même des fois, la nuit, pour moi, qui est bien pour vous, parce que vous, c'est la journée, mais c'est le moment où je fais mes tfilotes, où j'étudie la nuit. C'est pour ça que le bon moment pour moi, si tu peux, demain, tu m'appelles juste avant le cours de l'après-midi. Le cours qu'on fait de Rabbinate. C'est-à-dire que si on commence, il est 14 heures à Paris, parce qu'il est 8 heures chez toi, n'est-ce pas?
Maintenant, 6 heures à New York.
Si tu es à New York, bah, tu m'appelles 30 minutes avant, ou même allez, 20 minutes avant qu'on commence le cours.
Ok, d'accord.
Ok?
Merci.
Toda.
Merci.
Toda Rabba. So Toda Rabba to all of you. Yom Hiloula Sameach. Amirat Hashem. See you next week. And to the student in the Rectify program, see you tomorrow. tomorrow. Bezat Hashem, תודה רבה. Rabbi Ari, it's the good name on the good day. תודה רבה, רבי בית שמע תורה, תודה רבה צ'יף רבי ישי משה, תודה רבה צ'יף רבי אלנתן חנן, תודה רבה רבי פוניקה, תודה רבה רבי אמא חדסה, תודה רבה רבי יקוצ'ו קומנקה, תודה רבה רבנית מרים, תודה רבה רבי משה וולף, תודה רבה רבי נדש,
תודה רבה צ'יף רבי.
תודה רבה רבי נטליה, תודה רבה רבי מניה, תודה רבה רבי פרסי, תודה רבה רבי פרינס, תודה רבה צ'יף רבי קונדול, תודה רבה רבי יוחנן, תודה רבה צ'יף רבי זוהר, תודה רבה רבי מתן, תודה רבה to all of you. The limud was higher because we had to create frame and space for your personal limud with the Ari Hakadosh. תודה רבה. So if you have explanation, chidushim from what we have brought at the end, in the middle, the beginning, share with us. תודה רבה. Bye bye. And also thank you to everyone on YouTube. תודה רבה to Rabbi Gideon Levi Ben Avraham, תודה רבה to Rabbi Eliel, תודה רבה to Brian Dalinga, תודה רבה to all of you for your presence in the chat of YouTube. Yom Hiloula Sameach, and see you next week, B'ezrat Hashem. Bye
תודה
bye.
רבה.
Y'all
תודה
did
Chief
it.
Rabbi.
תודה רבה. תודה רבה.
We really appreciate it. Thank you.
Welcome to you. תודה רבה. תודה.